Looking for a guaranteed way to create content that resonates with your audience? Start a podcast. Interview your ideal clients and let them choose the topic of the interview. Because if your ideal clients care about the topic, there's a good chance the rest of your audience will care about it too. Learn more at sweetfishmedia.com.
You're listening to B2B Growth, a daily podcast for B2B leaders. We've interviewed names you've probably heard before, like Gary Vaynerchuk and Simon Sinek, but you've probably never heard from the majority of our guests. That's because the bulk of our interviews aren't with professional speakers and authors. Most of our guests are in the trenches leading sales and marketing teams. They're implementing strategy. They're experimenting with tactics. They're building the fastest growing B2B companies in the world. My name is James Carberry. I'm the founder of Sweetfish Media, a podcast agency for B2B brands, and I'm also one of the co-hosts of this show. When we're not interviewing sales and marketing leaders, you'll hear stories from behind the scenes of our own business. We'll share the ups and downs of our journey as we attempt to take over the world. Just kidding. Well, maybe. Let's get into the show.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the new podcast series. It's Kelsey Kors, and we are so pumped to share with you a new show that just launched for Nextiva. Everyone wants to level up in their career and their personal life, but very few people actually know how to do it. And that's where Nextiva and this podcast come in. Today, we're going to share with you a quick snippet from an episode of the Next Level podcast. The hosts of the show are Gaetano, DiNardi, and Yaniv, Masjedi, and we got to talk to them on their first episode. If you think you'll find this show valuable after you check out this quick snippet, just search the Next Level podcast in Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcast player. Wow, that was podcast a lot in one sentence. Anyway, make sure you subscribe, and if you really like it, don't forget to leave a review. Now, I know this is very valuable content, so if you know someone that this could help, please let them know. It could be a great way to let someone in your network know that you're thinking about them. Okay, here's the snippet from Gaetano and Yaniv's conversation.
What you're going to hear is tactical and actionable advice from people who have kind of been through it, man. We've got entrepreneurs, we've got business leaders, we've got celebrities, we've got musicians, all sorts of people from all walks of life that have achieved greatness in their respective fields. And you're going to hear, their stories and how they got into those fields, but more importantly, how they actually, cut through the noise and broke through, and kind of what those ups and downs were like. And you're going to hear that moment of clarity from each of our guests that says, this was the moment in my career where I realized, like, wow, this is really happening. I'm making it to that next level. These are the things that I'm doing that are going to help me get to where I want to go. And hopefully the audience can, internalize that and figure out how to reproduce that in their own lives and business journey. So we hope that, the insights and the action items that come out of these interviews will ultimately help people get to the next level themselves.
And nothing super scripted. So it's going to be real.
Right.
We're going to ask the questions that I think is on all of our minds, and it's going to be fun.
Awesome. We really hope you enjoyed that short clip from Gaetano and Yaniv's conversation. They are both going to be fantastic hosts of this show. If you want to get to the next level of greatness, you need to listen to this podcast. Again, just search the Next Level podcast in Apple Podcasts or wherever you do your listening. Subscribe, leave a review if you like it, and don't forget to tell a friend if you think they'd enjoy it. Remember, there are no shortcuts, but there's always a path forward, and this podcast will show you the way to get there.
I hate it when podcasts incessantly ask their listeners for reviews, but I get why they do it, because reviews are enormously helpful when you're trying to grow a podcast audience. So here's what we decided to do. If you leave a review for B2B Growth in Apple Podcasts and email me a screenshot of the review to james@sweetfishmedia.com, I'll send you a signed copy of my new book, Content-Based Networking, How to Instantly Connect with Anyone You Want to Know. We get a review, you get a free book. We both win.